USF gets a boost to its IT department, students celebrate Harry Potter Week, and 2 local businesses extend a helping hand. All this and more coming up next on College Week.
From the Jeske Fine Arts Center on the campus of the University of Sioux Falls, this is College Week with Stephanie Kurtz, Michelle Jacobs.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Kurtz.
And I'm Michelle Jacobs. Thanks for joining us. Residence halls will be closing Tuesday at 5 p.m. for Thanksgiving break. The cafeteria will close after lunch on Tuesday, and Java City will shut down at 2. Both will open back up Sunday at 5, and residence halls will open Sunday at 3. If you need to stay in your dorm over the break, contact your resident director.
The 3rd annual Painters, Poets, and Pavilion exhibition will begin with a poetry reading and reception on December 3rd. P3 is a collaboration of local artists and is being sponsored by the University of Sioux Falls. The poetry reception will be from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Belbus Theater, followed by a reception from 6 to 8 p.m. For more information, visit www.washingtonpavilion.org.
The USF Theater Department is currently showing All My Sons. The Arthur Miller Classic tells the story of an American family caught up in the struggle between personal responsibility and the duty to their country. There will be one showing at 7:30 tonight in the Meredith Auditorium of the Jeske Fine Arts Center, as well as a 2 o'clock matinee on Sunday. To reserve tickets, call the box office at 605-331-6787.
This Thanksgiving, the duo of Suzanne Lynn and David Ryerson at Life 96.5 are doing their part to help the community celebrate the holiday. They are joining together with others at the Christian radio station, as well as Isaac Chorkata and the Restoration Church. The group is helping out with their listeners, and they will bring a full Thanksgiving dinner to 150 families in the Sioux Falls area. Lynn says she believes this is going to be an unbelievable opportunity. It is going to be much more than our eyes can. See. It will be a connection of the hearts. The food will be delivered today.
This past week, Bill Bartell and the IT department spearheaded a program that will bring many new aspects to the University of Sioux Falls. Josh Duncan has more.
Here at the University of Sioux Falls, the computer infrastructure is undergoing a little revamping. Bill Bartell, the Associate VP of Information Technologies, says the university's goal for this project is to allow more wireless access on campus.
This project is a very large project. We are replacing our underlying switching infrastructure for the campus. That will increase the campus communication speed by a factor of 10, up to 10 gigabits per second. We are also replacing 60 wireless access points with brand new current technology access points and adding another 40. The intent is that those 40 will bring full wireless access to all of the residence halls on campus.
Along with the one that is already installed in the Jeske Fine Arts Center, there will be 6 more monitors around campus. Bill tells us how these monitors will be used.
We are adding Cisco digital signage to the campus. Just like in the Fine Arts Center in the lobby, you'll see a 40-inch screen there right now that shows College Week episodes and other information. We're adding 6 more locations on campus, and all 7 locations will be able to be coordinated and show weather, schedule of events, stream video. We can do live chapel, live football games, things like that on all of the digital signage locations on campus.
Bill says that another new feature that will be added, along with the 10 times the download speed, will be a program called Show and Share.
Finally, we'll be adding a technology to campus, brand new, called Cisco Show and Share. Show and Share is basically YouTube for academics. An instructor will be able to videotape classes, labs, any other video source that they have available to them. They can put into this YouTube type format. Students will be able to watch the video, watch associated PowerPoint slides if they wish, comment on the video, and the comments will be inserted in place in the video where the student places the comment. And this is designed to increase our capable technology for online instruction.
For USF College Week, I'm Joshua Duncan.
Coming up next, we take a look into USF's celebration of the release of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Don't go away.
The Harry Potter phenomenon has swept the country, and USF is not immune to its effects. Hannah Olson has more.
In anticipation of the release of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, USF's activity director, Alex Heiner, declared it Harry Potter Week. Tina Spade says she has enjoyed the activities so far.
Harry Potter Week started last Thursday with the start of term feast and the sorting hat ceremony, and Alex Heiner is Albus Heinert, so he's the headmaster of our school. We've also done different activities such as Quidditch, which is the sport that they play on broomsticks, and we played that at Campus Park. So we had beaters and seekers and chasers and everything like that. And it was a really great time, and we've also done readings every night where a head of house or someone else who's been interested has read their favorite chapter from one of the books, and that's been enjoyable too.
Being a Christian campus, some would ask why we would associate with a series so controversial to Christians across the country. Associate Professor of Theology, Christina Hitchcock, says she believes the books are tools we can use to learn about the human condition.
Well, obviously I don't think it's too bad since I'm involved, but last interim I taught a class called The Theology of Harry Potter, which was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy the Harry Potter books, and I don't think there's anything evil or wicked about them. The liberal arts traditionally have been studied to help us understand what it means to be a human being, and particularly what it means to be a human being in relation to God. And which is why theology is a part of the liberal arts at this school. And so, while the Harry Potter books are not in any way Christian, there's no Christian message in them. They deal with the questions that the liberal arts are concerned with. Like I said, what does it mean to be a human being? What is evil? What is good? What is death? What is friendship? What's the significance of love or sacrifice? I mean, these are all the types of questions that the liberal arts have been wrestling with and thinking about for literally thousands of years.
The movie opened this past Thursday with many students attending the special midnight showings. For USF College Week, I'm Hannah Olson.
2 local businesses are doing their part to help the community this Thanksgiving. Cameron Keys reports.
2 Sioux Falls hotels are offering a new form of holiday spirit. Room at the Inn is a program being held by the residents in Fairfield Inns.
What it is we're providing free hotel rooms on Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Eve for family members that have loved ones in the hospital or in some sort of senior care facility.
Because the holidays are already a busy time for people, Appold says a room at the Inn is a way to help relieve some stress for families.
Basically, the thought behind that is, people are coming into town to visit their families, and they're staying at these types of facilities. They probably don't have a place to stay, and they're going to have to find a hotel anyway. So what we've been doing for the last, since 1988, is providing, these rooms for free on that day to kind of ease the burden on these families.
Appold says Room at the Inn is about more than just sales. It is also a way for local businesses to help community members during the holiday season.
It's nice to be able to provide something charitable to people, because a lot of times, especially when you're in business, everything's so fast-paced, and you're always trying to sell things, and it's nice to be able to kind of provide something that's giving back a little bit.
The residents in Fairfield Inns are located at Empire Place, near the Empire Mall. Anyone interested in participating in the Room at the Inn program can call the Residence Inn at 361-2202 or Fairfield Inn at 361-2211. For College Week, I'm Cameron Keys.
Coming up after the break, reporter Bess Salisbury sits down with student Kyle Richards. Don't go away.
Come take the journey of the Jeske Fine Arts Building. There are many different paths the journey can take you on. The first path is in art, where you can dabble in drawing, painting, or photography. The second path is theater, where you can showcase your passion for acting. The third path is music, where you can showcase your talents in choir or band. The last path is media studies, where you can be a star on television or on radio. If this is the journey you are looking to take, come to the Jeske Fine Arts Building, located on the great University of Sioux Falls campus.
What is that mysterious ticking noise? Not over here, not over there. Kind of catchy. Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape, Dumbledore, 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 Severus. That's me. Harry Snape, 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 Harry Dumbledore. Snape, Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Singing our song all day long at Hogwarts. I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb. Yay! Voldemort, Voldemort, ooh, Voldemort.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Crosstalk. I'm your host, Beth Salisbury. Here with me today, I have USF junior and lead vocalist for Leading Last, Kyle Richards. Kyle, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So being with a USF student and a lead vocalist for Leading Last, how do you balance out your schoolwork and your band time?
It's really hard to balance out, but it's just the life of, college student, really. Just gotta do what you can and just plan your time accordingly and just hope that it all works out, kind of.
With that, how much time do you put towards school and towards your band?
Obviously, I put more time towards school because I'm a full-time student, but my band practices once a week, and we're in the studio probably 2 days a month.
So with your band, do you spend more time actually playing shows or recording?
We definitely spend more time recording because we've been working on a EP that's coming out here in the next couple weeks and a full length that's coming out in February.
With your full-length CD, what's the name of it?
We don't have a name yet.
You don't have a name?
Mm-mm.
Speaking of names, Leading Last, how did you come up with that name?
Leading Last was actually, we've been a band for like 5 years, and so the name just kind of like came because it sounded cool at first, and then as we all got kind of more into our Bibles, we came across the verse Matthew 10:39, which is, if you find your life, you'll lose it, and if you lose your life, you'll find it. So we kind of just like picked up that kind of paradoxical theme of everything we do is just going to be for the glory of God, and we're prepared to lose everything.
And that's a very good statement to live by. What kind of genre does Leading Last play?
We've kind of just been all over the place. We're kind of a messy band like that. I would say progressive rock is pretty safe, or just rock in general. We're pretty experimental. We do a lot of stuff with like synthesizer and just like bells and random instruments and stuff like that.
With that, do you have to go out and buy those instruments, or are they donated?
Sometimes we'll just have like people come in and record them, or sometimes we'll just do whatever and then we'll record them. Just kind of like, as far as like the auxiliary instruments goes, we're pretty open, But like as far as like, you know, guitar, drums, vocals, bass, stuff like that, that's just us. But
Are you the only USF student in leading last?
yep, probably not for long though. My drummer, Ryan Goody, is probably going to come here next year.
So there are how many of you in leading last?
There's 4 right now, and just so I can just focus on vocals, we're having a guy fill in on guitar so we can start playing shows again.
Okay. So filling in, which means you used to play?
Yeah, I played lead guitar in the band for like 3 years, and then I played rhythm guitar for 2 years, and now I'm just doing vocals. Which is kind of nice because then I can focus more on like writing and stage presence and stuff like that.
Have you played any shows at USF?
We have not.
Do you plan to do that in the future?
Yeah. It'd be a different crowd at USF. We're kind of used to just playing with a whole bunch of little scene kids running around and just, I don't know. USF would be a totally different environment, but it'd be cool.
Would you say that your music is mostly a Christian, like, label, or?
We're definitely gospel-centered. I mean, the whole reason why we do what we do is to point towards Christ. And so we don't really care how we are, how we sound. We just, like, want to play.
Which is a very good also statement to live by. With your new album coming out, do you have album art and all that? Do you have like your song names listed? Do you have the order of it, or is it still being worked on?
Yeah, we got the album artwork all hashed out. Our label did most of that. It's just kind of has like this guy, and he's like reaching up out of the water, and his like arm is turning into like a sandstorm, rainy mixture. It's going up. It's because our last song on the album is called Treading, and so we have like this guy kind of treading in water. I don't know, you'd have to see it, obviously, but.
Is it off of the scripture, you know, from Jesus walking on water and
No.
treading water or anything like that?
No, it's just like a metaphor, just kind of dreamed up. The lyrics are kind of like, you think you're not okay, but you're really okay. Like, the guy is treading, but he knows how to swim, and so it's just kind of, sorry.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today, so thank you for being here today. And up next, we have sports with Alex Bainey.
And now it's time for sports with College Week sports reporter Alex Bainey.
So, Alex, the football team starts playoffs this week.
Yeah, we got a big game today. We should be able to attack their defense with our pass attack, so it should be a good game.
All right.
On Wednesday night, the men's and women's basketball team took on Augustana College in the 4th annual Prairie Spirit Challenge. The women fell to Augustana 66-49. The offense was cold all night, shooting only 29% in the game. Junior forward Jamie Hofer led the Cougars with 14 points and 3 rebounds, while freshman guard Laura Johnson had 12 points and 5 rebounds. The men fell short against Augustana as well, losing 69-53. Freshman guard Derek Brown was the only Cougar to manage double-digit scoring, finishing career-high 13 points. Senior guard Matt Malloy had a team-high 7 rebounds, along with 8 points. Today, the Cougar men and women start their conference schedule at home against Hastings College. Tip-off for that is women's at 2 and men at 4 o'clock. The Sioux Falls men's soccer team suffered a loss in the GPAC championship match against Hastings College last Saturday night. The Cougars were only able to get off 3 shots, while Hastings had 23. The final score of the game was 2-0. On the brighter side, 8 Cougar men were named to an all-conference team, with sophomore midfielder Connor Shefty and senior defender Cole DeBoer being named to the first team. And now to the gridiron, where the University of Sioux Falls football team begins their road to their final NAIA championship today when they take on the Northwest Oklahoma State University Rangers. The Rangers are averaging just over 220 yards rushing a game, which ranks 12th in the NAIA. Their defense allows 280 yards passing per game, which is an area that the Cougars will look to exploit early and often. Last week, wide receiver John Ryan broke the school record for touchdown catches in a season with 21. Doing so, he also tied the GPAC regular season record, on his way to being named the GPAC Offensive Player of the Year. Kickoff is at 11:45 a.m. today at the Sanford Sports Complex. And now I'll kick it over to Sarah Benninger, who has an inside look at the Skyforce.
Last year, the Skyforce managed to obtain the second seed in the Eastern Conference, but with only 2 players returning from that team, head coach Tony Fritz explains what he needs to do to continue the winning ways.
We need, to really step up and be leaders and teach what we want and how we want it done. I mean, we're probably a lot bigger sticklers for the little things this year.
One of the 2 players to return from last year's team is point guard Lee-Meyer Goldwire, and he already knows what he wants to accomplish and what he needs to do to accomplish it.
The number one goal is to obviously to win a D-League championship. The second goal would be to make it to the playoffs and advance further than we did last year as far as the first round. I feel like I have to be more vocal and lead more. I'm already a vocal person, so now with 10 new guys, 8 new guys, I have to be more vocal and put guys in places.
One of the players he'll work with is guard Anthony Mason Jr., who spent his summer with the Miami Heat at training camp, working with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Mason told us the Big 3 taught him how to be a professional.
Probably just being a pro, you know what I'm saying? Being professional at everything you do, and every time you step on the court in between these lines, bringing it to all, and being focused and ready and prepared to be, all you can be.
While being a pro is something that everyone in the D-League wants to become, according to Lee-Meyer Goldwire, the only way to do that is to win.
When you put up big numbers and you're losing, it's kind of like, well, you're losing, but it's definitely, if you can get guys to buy into the system and we're winning and everybody's happy and everybody's playing well, then I think you're more likely to get a call up then.
Even though they were winning last year, Coach Fritz knows that the team is starting in 2010 from square one.
It's something that you got to look at in a positive light. Usually if they're getting, we're getting changes, that means one, we're either getting better or we're losing some talent, but they're going where we want them to go in the NBA.
The first game for the Skyforce is tomorrow at Fort Wayne to play the Mad Ants. The first time they will be in Sioux Falls is going to be next week against the Dakota Wizards. For College Week Sports,
You guys have any questions?
I'm Sayer Bettinger.
College Week's resident movie critics Mary Eggstead and Michelle Jacobs sit down to discuss the recent release of Megamind.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Movie Moment. I'm Mary Eggstead.
And I'm Michelle Jacobs.
And we're reviewing Megamind.
This movie is rated PG for language and violence.
Will Ferrell plays Megamind, the blue, big-headed villain. Brad Pitt is the voice of Metro Man, the good guy in white. Tina Fey plays Roxanne Ritchie, a television reporter. And Jonah Hill is Hal, her camera guy. And then David Cross plays Minion.
The movie starts out showing you how the rivalry between Megamind and Metro Man began, and then it goes on to show you how Megamind continually loses or comes close to winning, but still loses. And then it shows you the epic battle that ends Metro Man's life, supposedly. When Megamind takes over Metro City, the whole town just kind of goes into a slump and they don't really know what Megamind's going to do. He really misses Metro Man and the rivalry that they did have in battling.
So it's an accident, but Hal, the camera guy, is shot with Metro Man's DNA and turns into this new superhero. What's going to happen? You'll have to go see. My favorite part is at the beginning of the movie when Roxanne Ritchie is kidnapped. Megamind would throw out alligators and drills, and she would be predictable, seen it.
My favorite part of the movie was when Megamind becomes the hero and all the city comes in to congratulate him and welcome him as a hero, and he grabs out his laser gun and starts to try and attack people, and Tina Fey's character has to calm him down and be like, he's not used to it. I thought that was a really good part.
This movie was a DreamWorks production, so it's no Pixar. I mean, Pixar's going to win the Oscar. So I'm going to give this 4 stars, but it had Tina Fey in it, and I'm one of her biggest fans, so it gets another half star. So 4.5 stars for Megamind.
For me, I liked the movie. They had some good actors in it, but I didn't really like the actor choices. Jonah Hill's a funny man, not a bad guy. So I'm going to go with 3.5, because like you said, it's not a Pixar. So.
Right.
DreamWorks Megamind.
You're kidding, right?
Now back to you in the studio.
And that wraps up another edition of USF College Week. I'm Michelle Jacobs.
And I'm Stephanie Kurtz. Have a great day.